Alright, so pretty much I have a bunch of bolts here that I took out of my big old bucket of bolts from the CRX. And that's pretty much like worth its weight in gold whenever you're coming up short looking for some bolts that you really need. So I was looking for the bolts that I need to mount the transmission up to the bell housing of the transmission up to the engine, because my engine didn't come with any bolts and my transmission didn't come with any bolts. So I started looking online, and some of the people on eBay are charging like $50 for the bolts. So I figured I would go over here to my old engine, which is a D15, and I pulled the bell housing bolts out of it, and then like I said, then after that, see, a couple of these came out of that bell housing over there, like these two for sure. I'm not sure, but after that, like I said, I went through all of my bolts that I pulled out. Like this one, I'm pretty sure might be it might be the engine mount bolt, but I need a really long bolt for the back side right here. The one with the dowel pin or whatever. Got a lot of gap that I have to cover right here, and I'm hoping this will work. Hoping it's not too long, but if it is too long, that's the next size down, which kind of looks too short if you ask me. So I'm just gonna see, and so I have 4 different kinds here. That one with the big gap and really long threads. This one with a medium size span here and small threads, medium size threads, I guess. And this one with pretty long threads and a pretty short little span here. And then this final one, the last one here, is just a really short little bolt, which I'm thinking about go up here.
Watch out. You're gonna get it.
Can you turn it in? No, I feel it grounded. Let's just show it in.
I didn't block all that.
So that other bolt that I just had was a little bit too short. I mean, it was just barely catching threads. If this one catches threads right about right here, that might be a little bit too long. It just seems a little bit too long. Just a hair. See, there's a lot of threads that I just covered there. Just so I can see how it feels. Feels pretty good, honestly. Alright, so pretty much I want to get that little trim piece off right there, and I have come up with a little trick. First step, see, it's on there pretty good. Take a credit card, slide it in the top, just like that, and you rock it back and forth until you hear a click, and then I'm hoping, I haven't tried this yet. Rock it back and forth like that. I might have to use this one. There's another one back here.
Yeah, I felt like if you wiggled that, it would do something.
Need a pretty strong credit card, 2 pretty strong credit cards. That's why I'm swapping them out like this, because this red one is stronger. This one's pretty much just a placeholder. Bam. Completely undamaged. How you like me now? And I just came up with that. I didn't watch any videos or anything. How do you get these off, you dog? Baby boy, come here. Come here, baby boy. How do you get this off of here? I feel like I see a little clip. seen one back here, but I think I done tried to do this before.
Hey. You know.
I need that out here. You know.
What are you doing, baby? My finger can almost reach it. Oh no, my pinky.
cutting new threads for this thing. Whew, home stretch, baby. I think. Just turning both of them. You see that? Okay, so as you can see, I've been doing a little bit of prep work to go ahead and test fit the engine and transmission into the engine bay. But as you can see, in this video right here, there's going to be a little bit of a clearance issue right there. So before I even test fit the engine, I can already see that I'm going to have to make a little dent right there. So I'm going to go ahead and try to make that dent right now. Looks like it needs to be right here. How many ugga duggas was that? Yeah, this is just my luck. PSS. Hopefully we can still get this thing out of here. Alright, so anyways, I've been trying to do a little bit of prep work to the engine to get it ready to test fit into the engine bay. Just trying to mock everything up. So what I have here is my CRV bracket, or it's from the passenger side post mount bracket. I think that's what it's called. Anyways, I'm gonna remove this one off of the TSX engine. Just a size 14. Alright. So these two bolts came with my CRV bracket. Now, I can reuse these two bolts. But this one is too long. So I'll be choosing between these two bolts for the third bolt. Alright, so here's my bracket. It's gonna go like this, I believe. Just like that.
Part looks fun.
Hmm?
That part looks fun, taking all the bolts out. Let me see.
Alright, so here's what I figured out. These two stock bolts will work on the alternator when bolting it to this bracket. And I just got everything finger tight right now. To remove this pulley, I don't care how strong you are, the easiest way to do it would be with an impact wrench, or the easiest way is with an impact gun to get this off of there. Cause I tried putting the alternator on and putting the belt on and putting some tension on it and then using a wrench, and that wasn't doing anything but turning the motor and making the belt slide because I couldn't get enough tension on it right now with everything just finger tight. So yeah, I put the impact gun to it for about 3 seconds and the bolt just came right off. So there you go. Alright, so I got these spacers. I got 3 spacers with the kit. The first spacer is the smallest spacer, and I put it right here on the alternator. And the second spacer is the middle size spacer. And I put it up here on the top of that pulley bracket. And the third spacer, which is the longest one, or the biggest one, I put it right there on the alternator. And the reason I used this one is because the bolt right here is too long. It used to be up here, but it gets relocated down here and it's too long. It was actually bottoming out on the inside the block there, or inside the water pump housing, and so I used that spacer so that I could actually tighten it down all the way. So yeah, I got that actually on there pretty tight, so that's ready to go. And then, like I said, I just got all this on there finger tight right now. Except for this is, I torqued that on there with the impact gun, so figured if the impact gun could take it off, it could torque it down for me just as well. And like I said, this is all just to get it test fitted on there. One thing that I still have to do is remove these studs out of the transmission, because that one is the one I've been working on and it is in there really good. I can't get it to come loose at all. And then this one, the threads are actually screwed up on it, so I'm gonna have to file them down and get it to where I can get a nut on there. Either that or get a stud extractor. And after I do that, I can put this mount on right here. And as you can see, I got that dented in, and I got that mount removed so that I can get this right here bolted in. As you can see, those 4 holes line up perfectly with that. looking pretty good. Here's all my bolts to do that. See, I got a long one with a nut and a bunch of washers that I just stacked on there to get them all in the same spot. And I got this and this one, which are the same size, and then that one. Got these three, these four, these three, and this one. So this one and this one are by themselves, and then I got these two by themselves. Anyways, let's see, if I'm looking for four that are alike, probably go with these and these washers. So I'm gonna go look online, see if I can find the instructions on how to do this and make sure that I'm supposed to be using those 4 bolts and these 4 washers on this back mount. Anyways, let's see what I can figure out, and I'll keep you guys updated. Come on, baby boy. Alright, so if you look on the internet, if you find the EF K1 installation guide from Hasport, it says to install this rear mount bracket using these 4 holes, what you want to do is use 3 of the stock bolts that came out of there, and there will be a 4th one included in the kit. So these are the only single bolts that I have here, so it's going to be one of these. That one is too big, so the longest one is too big. Is that really gonna work? Okay, that ain't gonna work. I feel like these would work. Yeah, I feel like these would work. I don't know why they would say that works. Do I even have the stock ones? Because for some reason I like using the stock ones. Just having extra brand new bolts. I wonder what even came out of there stock. Maybe this. My battery's already about to die. Anyways, that's where I'm at. Just trying to find the bolts to go in here. Trust me, when I do, I'll update you. Okay, so real quick, just using some random bolts from my collection of bolts here. Let's see here. Take it in. using a few random bolts about that size. Pretty short. And they're all about that same size, except for the other three have washers. And that one is extremely rusty. You can see that there's not a whole hell of a lot of threads to catch in there, so I think I'm catching them all. I think I'm catching all the threads, honestly. Anyways, this is mainly just test fitting. As you can see, I don't know if I said anything about this. I went ahead and put this mount on here, and there's just two bolts that automatically line up. Right here, right here. I went ahead and tightened those down, and that's just so that you can test fit your engine into place. But once you get it test fitted and everything is in place where it needs to be, then you go ahead and weld. But those bolts can't hold up to the motor running. Right here and right here. Alright, so this bolt, my bad, ignore that. This bolt right here comes up, and then I put it right there, and then as you can see, there's a hole right here and a big space, and it's threaded, so I'm going to find a bolt that fits in there just perfectly. And so yeah, that will go right here. That will go right here, and I'll put that bolt back in place right there. Same bolt. It seems to be completely bottomed out, so if I take my bracket and just kind of use it like a gauge, it's so close. I mean, it could work. I think it would work, but it's just a little bit too close for comfort, so I think what I'm going to do is use this little washer just to give it a tad more space to keep from bottoming out right here. Just a couple practice welds with my new TIG welder. Alright, so that one looks like shit. That one started to look a little bit better. And that one looked really good at the end. Just a couple practice welds. Got two pieces of metal here. Hopefully I didn't weld it to my car. Perfect little smiley face. You can polish a turd, you can polish a rust. You might want to wear long sleeves whenever you're TIG welding or any kind of welding. Oh yeah. Yeah, just a little bit of sunburn. Alright, so my camera died, but pretty much what I've been doing is I went around and I found all the rust spots and I hit them with the wire brush, got it down to the bare metal pretty much. And after I got done with the wire brush, came back with some sandpaper, sanded around. It's always real good to use your air and blow out all of your just keep your sandpaper clean. Alright, so after I got done with the sandpaper, I came back with Scotch-Brite and cleaned it all up with some degreaser, which actually worked really well. And then after I got done with the Scotch-Brite and degreaser, I came back with some alcohol on a paper towel. Came back with some alcohol on a paper towel and just cleaned up all of the grime and just pretty much cleaned it all up. So I guess what I'm about to do now is just come back, start touching it up with the rust reformer. Just a really light coat like that at first. I'm gonna try to focus on the really heavy areas. Check it out. What do you think?
Feeling pretty good.
Or do I need some more? Can you see any like white spots? Show me some light over here.
What about the crack?
I haven't really even got there yet. I'm just taking care of this panel right here. Yeah, I haven't really got to the top either. I'm just doing the bottom. I need to go to Walmart and get another can of this rust reformer. So there's an update on the sunburn, on the welding burn, on the welding sunburn, whatever you want to call it. Got some skin peeling there a little bit. But yeah, that's what will happen if you TIG weld in short sleeves. At least if you got tender ass skin like me. No, I actually don't sunburn that easily. It's pretty hard for me to get a sunburn. So I woke up this morning and I knew that I had to get these studs out, so woke up this morning and went to the parts store and picked up this stud extractor. It's got two different sizes there. You see which size I used, and I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it is really bent. Like, I was on the verge of completely demolishing this thing. Like, it was almost broken. So what I did was right before I could tell that it was going to break, I remembered that the best thing to do is to take some heat and just use a torch and heat up the spot that you're heat up the stud and the hole, and kept trying to put some heat to it with a torch like that, and then I cooled it off with a squirt of water. So yeah, that trick works every time. But anyways, the good news is I got the studs out. So now all I have to do is get back into my bag of bolts here and find, I think that might be it right there, that short bolt. Then I'm gonna need one of these spacers. Looking good, just like that. A little spacer right there. Should be perfect. So these are the three that are gonna go back in there. Still gotta grab a washer. I think that's it. Alright, so throw this on like this. Just like that. Go ahead and toss a bolt in. That one feels good. That one felt good. Yeah. Yeah. Everything looks okay. Now I just have to get that bracket onto the engine bay. Well, I mean, it's on. It's on for test fitting. So all I have to do is, see, I've got these two mounts left, which just go on during the installation. I guess I could go ahead and put this one on. Go on just like that. No, just like that. Alright. For the lowest clearance possible, you want to put it on just like that. Set that puppy way down low. Okay. So, a little trick to get these little things off of here. You can like pry them off with some needle nose. Like this. Yeah. Cause it ain't easy. It ain't easy being cheesy. Alright, so I got the one I need. Let's Of course it ain't gonna immediately throw you in just like a champ. It's gonna be like hard as fuck and make you think that you're cross-threading. Okay, so I feel like I'm cross-threading. That's crazy. Alright. Reverse move. Reverse, reverse. They look so much like they want to live here. Do you want to live here for the low price? The free 33. Something has to be wrong, right? Right, Playboy? You okay? Are you okay? So weird. Everything looks okay. But I feel like I just re-threaded something. It must be the powder coating. Yeah, it's the powder coating. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Powder coating. I wonder if that's supposed to get any like washers or dispensers. I don't know. I just feel like I got a lot of bolts left. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out together. We will find out together. This is the only thing left. All I have to do. Probably on this one. Really close. Do they know it's that close? So I got that action. No, I haven't seen this action. Yep. Now I'm getting excited. Alrighty, so got bored and started working on some of this seam sealer, trying to remove it in all the spots where there's rust. Just figured out these plugs come out pretty easy if you just smack them with a hammer on the bottom. They pop right out the top. So anyways, I'm just gonna work on getting all of the paint removed in here a little bit. Show you on the other side a little bit of progress that I got done. So all this seam sealer is already removed, and up until that point right there. So I got a little strip right there that I need to get, and then I'll be done on this side. And yeah, that's my goal. Pretty much what I'm doing is just taking my hammer prying it out, and then come to the other side. Hammer it in, pry it up. Alrighty, so that's what it's looking like over here on the driver's side. We got all of the seam sealer removed. I'm trying to get it prepped down to the original good metal, and then I'll go from there, just like I've been doing. Alright guys, so I was watching Young Static's channel where he ordered a fuel cell just about like this one, and his fuel sending unit floater didn't touch the bottom. So I figured I would go ahead and take a look at mine and just see what it looks like. And it's actually touching the bottom, it's touching the foam. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to cut a little square out of that foam so that it will actually touch the bottom of the tank, and I won't be sitting on empty with a whole bunch of fuel. I'll actually get an accurate reading. Okay, so there's the sending unit. It would be really cool if I could use the one out of the Honda. There's the sending unit. I wonder if I can get it out and do some fiddling. Probably won't be worth it, but I do have a TIG welder. I bet you I can make it work. Just another day in paradise. I'm out here chiseling away on the CRX. Yeah. I'm gonna try to get this taken care of today. And I'm gonna finish up the top part of the rear end, get it all lined out, and then I'm gonna jump back here and get this finished up. We'll see how much of that I can get actually knocked out right now. Looking a lot better. Probably hit it with some paint, some of that rust reformer, and call that one done. I'm actually going to hit it with some degreaser and Scotch-Brite. Alright, so I went back with both hands, and turns out why that one looks so much better is because I chipped off whatever this protective little rectangle patch is, like some silicone patch. It's like really thick, and yeah, I was grinding that off, breathing all that dust in, And I'm just gonna try to chip it off again with a chisel. Toot toot. Beep beep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now this one over here should be, yeah, kind of chalky. Ready for its final coat. Alright, let's get this top part knocked up. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, just trying to get her immaculately clean. Cleaning her butt. Cleaning her butt, man. Just trying to get her clean, boy, clean. So I can come back and paint it. It's actually honestly looking pretty good. But anyway, my battery's about to die, so got her all cleaned up. I'm just gonna spray until the camera dies. 1%. Alright, fresh battery. And a fresh new paint job. I'm just kidding. I just now got my final coat. You can see I went a little heavy right there, but it should dry up nicely. Yeah, took care of that rust on the edge and sealed up everything back here. That's all I'm worried about. That's all I'm here to achieve is get rid of the rust and seal up the raw metal. Alrighty. Now I get to move on to the back. Looks like I'm getting things knocked out just like I wanted to. Wow, look how much better that looks. All fresh metal. Curious what the underside looks like though. Not too bad. Got a little bit more hope for the old rust bucket. Pretty much what I'm saying is this wire wheel is like 80 grit sandpaper or 50 grit sandpaper. It's super rough, but I'm not going to paint over that rough of a surface, but this is much easier to actually get down past the paint and the primer. It's so much easier. I'm gonna come back with like some 150 grit or 180 grit or some 300 grit, something a little bit finer. Okay. Alright guys, so it's the next day. I'm still just plugging away on the rear end of this car. Just getting ready to sand it by using the wire wheel and roughing up the paint a little bit so that I can then come back with some sandpaper and sand it out how I really want it. And go ahead and hit it with the rust reformer. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, so as you can see, it's coming along slowly but surely. Got a little bit over here sanded down, but over here it's still kind of untouched. There's like a little area right there that's practically untouched, just to show you kind of how much I've got done so far and what it looks like. It's almost ready though. And here's the little area that I trimmed up. Looks a lot better in my opinion. And this side needed it too. Trimmed it up. Made it look nice and neat. Yeah. Alright. Oh, so as you can see, I'm getting down, getting further and further, just kind of plugging away at this. Using this little sander, I found some 80 grit. Yeah, just super wore out, super tired. This freaking sucks. I mean, I should have just spray painted it. This is too much work. I should have just spray painted it and hope for the best. I got way too much rust that I need to be taken care of. And this was probably the best part of the car right here. So, just wasting sandpaper, pretty much. Alright, so as you can see, I just kind of finished up with the hand sander. Now I'm gonna come back and hand sand. Wait. Alright, so as you can see, I just finished up with the power sander. Now I'm gonna come back and do a little hand sanding. And then I'll probably clean it up with some Scotch-Brite and degreaser, and then wipe it all down with alcohol and paper towel, and it'll be ready for paint. I like when it starts getting harder to find areas to see.
Yeah, that's a good feeling.
Smells funny to me.
Yeah, here's your sniffing. Well, we could still just take a ride, but actually the weather's getting bad. It's supposed to get icy after dark. It's already rainy. It's just supposed to get slick. You better give him some attention.
Baby boy, my baby boy. Oh. You gonna help daddy? You gonna help daddy? None of this would be possible without Enoch. Gotta thank Enoch.
Oh yeah, Angel. Good boy. Whoa.
If Enoch wasn't such a good boy, he probably wouldn't even have this secret. Ain't that right, baby?
Yeah. Yeah. What a good boy. Uh-oh, you see your bone? You see your toy? You see your toy? Oh, there's a big spot.
Damn. The Dremel or something.
What, baby? Why?
Alright, so I got everything cleaned off. It's time to paint. Rust reformer, that is. It's practically my primer. Through the haze, that's what the first can looks like. Looking pretty good in my opinion. Like I said, that's just the first can. Already ran out. Probably gonna open up the garage door and let it air out a little bit in here. But anyways, that's what it looks like, all blacked out. Yes, sir. Let's keep it rolling. Yeah.
We're gonna stand in front of the lawn.
Alright guys, so just got the back finished up. Looks pretty good. So it's time to move on to this little part right here. And it looks kind of cool because it's faded from the overspray. But it looks crazy when you just wipe it off. Just wipes right off. Yeah. Because it dried in midair. Yeah. A lot of cleaning to do. Oh yeah, and if anybody's wondering, that's why it's best to always weld with long sleeves.
Alright, so I woke up just ready to get started, so I just jumped in and got started. I already just did a bunch of sanding. I didn't really do very much recording, so I'm just going to get right to it.
Got my hammer hanging, holding up my brake lines. Well, I hope the sound still works after that, but I thought I'd give the camera a good vacuum. Anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for today. I'm just gonna jump back on it tomorrow. Try to get to bed early tonight, so I can jump on it early in the morning tomorrow. Anyways, hope y'all enjoyed watching. Hope y'all have a great night. Peace.